R&B.
615radio.com.
24/7.
Tap in with us, man.
What's good is DJ Right for you tuned in to Culture Forward.
If you ain't rocking with Culture Forward, you're moving back. It ain't easy, but somebody gotta do it. That's why your daddy good, but don't worry, his flaws are our expertise. Y'all already know what it is. Big four.
I do it for my city.
6.
Tap in with us, man.
Tune in to Culture Forward every Thursday, 8 p.m. 615radio.thestreets.com. The TuneIn app, Live 365 app, or a simple radio app.
Hey, what's shaking, man? It's hard liquor shotty, man. If you ain't tapped in, tap in right now. You already know what it is. Let it rock.
Tap in with us, man.
Yo, what's up? It's your boy King the MC. Go ahead and crank it up a notch for me.
Hey, it's Kitty Close, man. We out here moving the culture forward with my dog Leo Dynamite. Tune in.
I want to thank you. Shout out to my brother King, the MC.
I appreciate you, G. Appreciate you, man. It's a privilege.
My guy's been putting it down. He got a real solid, strong campaign, a real powerful message. You feel what I'm saying? Not just music that you can listen to, but music that you can feel.
Bro, I appreciate you, bro. You don't even understand how much that means to me, King. When I go to write music, man, you know, I'm pouring out blood, sweat, and tears into it.
So you can feel that too. You can honestly feel that.
So to have it received with that love and that energy right there, bro, that mean everything, King. I appreciate that.
So I want to start off first and foremost, man. Tell me a little bit about your upbringing, your childhood. You know, kind of like how you got started.
Oh man. Okay. So look, man. The earliest memories I have of creating music, man, I remember being like 5 or 6, and I didn't have access to like instrumentals or nothing, but I remember I had a few little rap CDs, and I think the one I had at the time was like an early Lil Wayne CD, and I remember just playing that junk and cutting it. I would cut it down just to where I could, you know, hear the beat. I kind of didn't want to hear the vocals too much. I just want to hear that beat, and I just began to write, you know, just songs like tell stories, and then I would, after I would get done composing the songs or whatever, go out to the living room, you know what I'm saying, get my mama to cut a show off or whatever, and, you know, performing for her or whatever, you know, and I did that for a while, man, just trying to, you know, just...
confidence booster though.
Yeah, you know, and I enjoy music, man. Like, my mom stayed, my grandma, they stayed playing music like all the time, so I was always around music. I always had that love, so yeah, later it wasn't until probably I was like 15 that I was probably about 14, 15, recorded my first song. And it was a little diss track to a cat, because my early style, it was funny because a lot of my friends, they said that I sounded like a young Cassidy, would be like, you know, who they would compare me to early in my...
I can see that though, like your style do kind of fit like almost like a battle, like that battle type style.
Yeah.
I can see that.
And you know, so I my first track, man, was a little diss track or whatever, funny enough, and then I even put it on a CD. I remember passing around, actually Antioch High School or whatever, when I was going there my freshman year. And so yeah, man, kind of fast forwarding from that, kind of got into just making just fun music. You know, I was just making the music I would make in the beginning would just be fun stuff, just, you know, really would rap about a lot of stuff that I really wasn't living, you know what I'm saying, just sounded cool, you know what I'm saying. I would say, you know, just forming bars together that, you know, trying to get reactions, you know, like wow, you know, oohs and ahs and, you know, that type of thing. But it wasn't until I was like 18, I got incarcerated. I went on the run, man. I basically was on probation for, you know, marijuana or whatnot, but I couldn't stop smoking or whatever at the time. So basically went on the run and ended up getting caught. Decided I was gonna flatten my sentence and ended up doing like 8.5 months or whatever out in, you know what I'm saying, a little place out in Rutherford County, the workhouse or whatever. You know what I'm saying. It wasn't too bad, but a lot of community service, you know what I'm saying? You know, that was rough for, you know, that sucked. But other than that, you know, it was just like a grown camp, you know what I'm saying? A camp for grown folks. But during this though, bro, I really tapped into my like a spiritual, like the whole spiritual side of myself. Like I really didn't have, you know, I didn't have a lot of friends writing me or coming to visit me, you know what I'm saying? I knew I could see I was kind of, you know, beginning to be a burden to my family. So I kind of just sat back and just, stayed to myself and just began to, pray and meditate and begin to write poems. And that's when this poetic side of me began to form. And I would write these poems, bro, and perform it for the inmates in there. Cause I would literally, cause that it brought back that childhood thing when I perform. I would perform in front of my mama. You know what I'm saying? Like a creative, an artist. We create music not just for ourselves to relieve ourselves of that build up of the creative energy inside of us, but also for others. Like we make music to be heard. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm writing these poems, and I was like, it's just on my spirit to start performing it for the inmates. So any opportunity I had to share it with the homies, I would. And so there was one homie in there. He blessed me with the name K.I.N.G. It was an acronym that he told me that his people, they were his parents were Black Panthers and everything, and they always instilled still like real conscious, you know what I'm saying, and deep thinkers, and they broke down the word King as an acronym as being knowledge inspiring new greatness. And he was like, bro, you that, bro, you're knowledge inspiring.
Wait, say that one more time. K.I.N.G,
yeah. So the King, the acronym for my name, man, K.I.N.G, it stands for knowledge inspiring new greatness. You know what I'm saying? So he was like, bro, yeah, man, so that stuck with me. I couldn't unforget that. You know what I'm saying? Right. When he told me that, I was like, wow, so he's like, yeah, bro, you King, so he started calling me King, and he kept calling me King until I started calling myself King. And I was like, you know what, bro, I'm gonna run with that, so fast forward a little bit more, I get out. Shout out to bro, man, my boy X, man, Xavier, man, shout out to you, bro. I hope you hear this one day. But no telling where he at in life now, but great dude. But yeah, man, so he blessed me with that name, and I get out, and I got all these poems that I had written while I was incarcerated, and I was like, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna try to, I wanna get back to rapping. Like, I miss rapping. Like, now that I'm out, I have access to instrumentals. Let me try to get a studio situation set up, you know what I'm saying? So I then tapped in with some of my friends, and got blessed to be in a situation where I could record for free and get access to some beats for free or whatnot. So I just started taking advantage of that and started incorporating the poetry into the music, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, man, that's from getting out of jail until now, you know what I'm saying, I've been, just building on, the King, the name King, man, and really embodying being knowledge inspiring new greatness, man, and trying to make real intentional music. My thing is, the music I've made since I've been out of jail, and the music I'll continue to make is gonna be intentional, you know what I'm saying, substance-filled music, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to make soul music without having to necessarily sing, you know what I'm saying, that type of feel,
Yeah, man, yeah, and then that comes through, man. Like, I think that vibe, that really comes through in the music, like, especially, with the new project, with the good, bad, and the ugly too. Like, I've been sitting with that project for probably about a good week now. Like, I like to listen to music, like, almost like I might go through a song or two a day. Like,
wow.
I don't.
You
like
really
to,
digest it. You want to take it in fully.
Yeah, because that's how I started listening to music. Like,
right.
You didn't have music coming out every day, so I didn't start listening to music every day. Like,
right.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm still, like, I was born in '88, so my era of music is still like the early '90s.
You like that real hip hop, man? Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like
when you
really had to sit with music for months, a year, you might have to wait a year or two.
They weren't dropping all the time. Yeah,
project,
right.
You know what I mean? So like, I still listen to music like that. I could sit with one song. If I really like a song, I could listen to one song for days, like days. And then Napoleon Hill, like off this project, that Napoleon Hill, that's that song for me. Like,
thank you.
It really, sonically, it's just a very well put together song. Like, it's just not something that you hear every day.
Thank you, family.
When I heard it, it wasn't one of those I just wanted to like go to the next one. Like, it's one of those, like, I just have to keep going back to it, hit and repeat every time, hitting the back every time. Like, that song is just a powerful song. The message, how it's put together sonically, like,
thank you, bro.
I just want you to kind of like, you know what I mean? Like, we're gonna, obviously I want to get into that project, but I just want to highlight specifically a few of those songs. Just tell me about the recording process of the new album, new project, your features, the producers, you know what I mean? Just tell me a little bit about the album in general. Okay,
awesome, bro. Well, man, look, so thank you. First of all, bro, I just want to thank you for your kind words, bro, and for, you know what I'm saying, your love for the music, bro, and for, that support right there, bro. I appreciate that love, bro. Like, that's why I create music, bro. like, you know, for people like you, bro, that really, you know what I'm saying, appreciate, you know, quality music and appreciate somebody, you know, trying to get behind the mic and tell their story. So, but yeah, man, with this particular project, man, you know, my first project was a short project. It was, and I don't say short, and I say short in the realm of compared to this second project, but I guess 9 to 10 tracks on a project is like typical these days. Yeah. So that's what I did on the first project. You know, I kind of put myself in that little box, not, you know, quote unquote box, to try to, you know, conform to giving the world like a, you know, a quick little treat, you know, 9 tracks. But on the second project, I was like, I felt like there was a lot of tracks that I was, you know, kind of had, you know, from way back that I felt like if I didn't put them out now, they might get overlooked and might not ever have a chance to really see the light. So I was like, you know, let me not hoard some of these songs and let me like give the people a fuller project. So I went ahead and put 21 tracks together on this jump. And it's like stories within stories on this project, because there is like a series of songs like that are close together. The MVP Mookie, the Ugo track on there, and then also the No Gas jump. Those particular tracks, along with the Hometown Hero, they like, it's like a story. Like I'm trying to really put on and try to highlight some talent, some heroes, some local heroes from my city. You know what I'm saying, on those right there early in the project. And then I kind of, you know, want to take it a little bit deeper and start telling my own story as the album progresses. You know what I'm saying? So,
I like that theme, like that Hometown Heroes kind of theme. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's cool to kind of, you know what I mean? Like, give people their flowers while they're here. And like, that's what this program is. That's what this segment is. Highlighting people right now. Like, so that's what this is.
We need you, bro. You know we appreciate you, family.
Like, you use your voice to highlight others. I'm using this platform to highlight others.
Oh, bro, thank you, bro.
You feel what I'm
Bless, bro. You a blessing, Leo. Real talk, man. The culture appreciates you, man. We need you, bro.
Need this shit. I don't listen, man. I just do this all, man. Listen, man. I don't know what to do. I do a lot of things well, but let me tell you what I love doing. I just love being around music, man.
Man, that's what you're supposed to go. You're supposed to go after what you're passionate about, bro.
I know. It's a lot of stuff I can do well, but what I love doing and what I want to do, I can't get away from music, man. And it's always been like that.
It's your calling, but it's your purpose, man.
Art and music. That's it.
You where you supposed to be, bro. But yeah, diving in a little bit deeper though, man. So I want to shout out a couple of the producers, bro, that blessed me, man. A couple local homies, man. My brother gonna hate me that I forget his last name, but my brother Alex, man, he goes by Opie. Shout out to him, man. He did the intro track to the album Ain't Nothing Sweet. That track is one of my favorite tracks on the project, because it was like a buzzer beater track. Barely made it, bro. Like I was in the process of I was in my mind, I make these deadlines for myself and I stay true to them, regardless of, you know, what's going on. And I had this deadline that I was gonna put out the project, and I was like, well, whether or not I get, you know, this last track back, you know what I'm saying, I'm still putting out the project. And I just so happened to get Ain't Nothing Sweet back right in time. And then when I heard it, I was like, oh yeah, like that's dope. It's like, that's gotta, you know, go right on the front, you know what I'm saying? So yeah. I put that on the front just as a I kind of wanted to come in with a different, like, I know a lot of people hear my music and it's like, feel maybe a lot of it's like happy or positive, you know, they might think it's like more of a, you know, positive, but I kind of wanted to have like a little more gritty, like, you know, it's not as sweet as you may think it is. Like, ain't nothing sweet. Like, don't get it twisted. Like, I know that, you know, you may think that life is, or you may look at me and think that certain things may came easy, or, you know, whatever the case may be. But no, like, it was blood, sweat, and tears poured into this. You know what I'm saying? So right. That's why I put that track on there at the beginning, just to kind of set the tone and let them know, like, you know, like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Hey, it's not, this ain't, you know, this ain't what you think it is. Like, I've been working for this. You know what I'm saying? So I hope you rock with me. But yeah, man. So it's a bunch of stories. It's just filled with a lot of stories about my life, true life stories. And some tracks don't even have hooks on there. Like, it's like I didn't want to limit myself to being traditional, so I didn't want to put just like this you know, verse hook type, you know, tracks. Like, some tracks just got all bars, you know what I'm saying, or some tracks are real short, you know what I'm saying, and maybe just a quick verse, you know what I'm saying, or, you know, so I just want to give a variety of different sounds, you know what I'm saying, but still, you know, tell a bunch of stories. So it's just it's just like one big audio book, you know what I mean? So, you know, just telling my life and the stories of those who've inspired me, you know, ultimately.
I got you. Mm-hmm. So what other producers do you have on there?
Oh yeah, man. Shout out my boy Dave Damage, man. He's fire too. He produced several tracks on the album. He produced the Burning Bush joint. He produced Concrete Rose. The MVP Mookie, the Ugo, the No Gas. He produced all of them joints, man. Super fire producer. And then also Black Metaphor. You know, he produced a couple tracks on there. And then I just had some random producers that I had connected with online that just was fortunate enough to bless me with a few other tracks on there.
Yeah, man, I know Black Metaphor produced that track. My favorite.
Yeah, Black Metaphor produced the Napoleon Hill and the Forrest Gump, bro.
My two favorite, ironically.
Yeah, man, it was really something special with those two, bro. Shout out to the gentleman who recorded those two tracks too, man. A good friend of mine, Charles Platinum Howard. He got a crazy studio set up, man. Really blessed me off the strength to record those two tracks there, just because he saw the potential in it, and he's a fan of Black Metaphor as well, and really wanted to help make that happen.
What's the name of the studio?
Platinum Studio. It's like an in-house studio, man. It's own little in-house jump, but it's set up proper. I mean, super nice, like in-house. This ain't your regular degular. This is like some bruh's put his money where his mouth is on this right here. You know what I'm saying? Right. So, yeah, he's passionate, man, and I love that's the thing, man. I was blessed to be around a lot of passionate people when going through the process of creating this last project, man, and the project previous to that. I'm just trying to keep passionate people around me, man. That's how I stay inspired. You know what I mean? So yeah, shout out to all the producers, man. Dave Damage, Opie, Black Metaphor.
I need to get with some of your producers, man. I put me and a couple of my guys, we put together a real cool producer showcase event, producer event called the Beat Market.
Okay.
Where we have producers come out and showcase their beats for artists and
Dave Damage does those all. He does stuff like
We had quite a few of them, but
I see you right there.
That'll be dope. We you know what I'm saying? We done had quite a few of them, but I think it's about time to put together another one, especially once we come out of this whole. I'm
gonna get some of my guys to come out there for real, man. I can't promise I can get Black to come from Atlanta or nothing, man. I wish you know what I'm saying. I wish I had we was cool, real tight like that. But the other homies, I know I can get them to pull up, man, with some heat for you for sure. So yeah, just keep me posted on that, family.
So tell me about. I seen that you nominated. The project was actually nominated for a few different SCA awards.
Oh, bro, that was a blessing, bro. That caught me off guard. Not to say I'm not expecting great things to come, but it's just I honestly I wasn't really in it. When the nominations came, I wasn't even fully. I had really just got out here on the scene, so it was sad to say I wasn't even really full up on the SCA at the time. I really was kind of sleeping on what they were doing, and really though all the award things going on, I was kind of just focused on making music. You know what I'm saying? And when I finally put the music out there and started getting some great feedback, and then the nominations came for I believe it was Album of the Year, and then mixtape
of the year, spoken word artist of the year.
It's blessings, bro. Just out here, man. That spoken word artist of the year kind of caught me off guard too. I think it was the first time they started doing that. I think is what they said, but that was just me out here just doing poetry, man. Before I even started getting out here really, performing my raps and my music, I was out here doing poetry. You know what I'm saying? Just getting comfortable, being in front of an audience. Really being comfortable, projecting my voice and trying to perfect my stage presence. Just kind of work on that. So it wasn't probably until maybe about half a year ago, maybe 5-6 months ago that I actually started, getting out and performing music. You know what I'm saying? But prior to that, it was just all poetry, man. So yeah, all them awards, but that was just a blessing, man. I just love to create music, man. I'm thankful that it's being received with that kind of love, man.
Yeah, that's beautiful. That's definitely cool, man. That's real cool. I was definitely, like I said, the project was, to me, it was moving, man. The whole project as a whole, you know what I mean? But it was a few songs that definitely stuck out to me personally, but it was definitely a project worthy. Well, so
thank you, Phil.
Take a break. Tell everybody where they can get the project at.
Oh, thank you. So yeah, it's streaming everywhere, man. Wherever y'all stream music, you can go and check that out. If you don't even use a streaming platform, you can go to YouTube and just type in K.I.N.G, the MC. And it'll pull up some visuals, you know what I'm saying? Plenty of visuals, but also it'll pull up that project for you right there where you can stream it for free. Or you can go to, like I said, Tidal, Spotify, Apple. It's all there.
And Napoleon Hill got a nice video too.
I appreciate that, man. I was blessed, man. I was blessed. My buddy, a friend of mine, man, close friend, B Shooting, man. Shout out to him. He actually did this video for me off the strength, man. He knew that I was going through a tough time, you know what I'm saying, and couldn't really afford. I didn't have the financial means to go and make a video happen myself. So, excuse me. He basically, hit me up and was like, family, like he listened to the project and he was like, family, this particular song really touched me, you know what I'm saying? And me and him had worked together. He had shot some videos for me previously on the Good, the Bad, the Ugly One. And, he was like trying to get back to it. So when he wasn't gonna let my lack of financial, resources keep us from creating, bruh. So he was like, bro, we gonna get to it. Don't worry about the money. You know what I'm saying? Just I'm gonna take care. I'm gonna shoot it, bro. I got you. So you know what I'm saying? We linked. You know what I'm saying? It was completely improvised. He had a couple random locations. One of the locations being a abandoned funeral home. We actually was there at nighttime too, so it's crazy. The lighting that we used was actually light off my cell phone. So we was in that. It was like I said, practically pitch black dark, except for the little area we was in with the phone coming off, or the light coming off my phone. You know what I'm saying? Trying to keep a little light in for the so we could capture the, you know what I'm saying, the visual or whatever. But yeah, man, just improvising and you know what I'm saying, being real creative, bro. We was able to come up with that product, man, that Napoleon Hill visual, and I'm truly thankful, man, to have had my partner be shooting, like I said, shoot that for me, man, and edit it. But he went crazy on those edits. That really put it over the top. I feel like was the edits that he did on that jump.
Yeah. Tell me about so like your, I guess you could say like your recording process as far as the project went. Like how long did it take you to record it?
So the recording process is the easy process for me because I rehearse. I do a lot of rehearsing prior to getting to the studio. You know what I'm saying? I really I prefer if I have, you know what I'm saying, my bars for the particular songs or whatever I'm gonna record, I prefer to have it memorized prior to going to the studio. That way when I record it, like the flow is more natural. It doesn't sound like I'm reading it or anything like that, you know what I'm saying? So, I try to, put those hours in before I get to the studio. That way when I'm at the studio and I go to record, you know what I'm saying, in the event that I'm having to, pay for studio time, you know what I'm saying, I'm trying to get the most for my money, so I want to make sure I can go in and execute, you know what I'm saying, quickly. So, I go in there, man, and, 2-3 takes, depending, you know what I'm saying, sometimes 1 take, sometimes 5 takes, you know what I'm saying? It just depends on the energy, you know what I'm saying, and what's going on. But for a couple of those tracks, the ones with Dave Damage, man, we did something real special. He actually made a lot of those beats right there on the spot, like on right there, like right there from scratch, like in front of me. Like he heard the bars and he went in and, you know what I'm saying, he heard the reference beat that I had, you know what I'm saying, wrote to some of these tracks, and he was like, you know what, I can make something, you know what I'm saying, more special for you, tailor-made for you, you know what I'm saying. He did it right down the spot for like all the ones he made for me. So yeah, it was crazy. The whole experience, man, of just going in and seeing him create from scratch, it was incredible. But yeah, man, the recording process, man, is real. Like I said, I try to go in and execute, bruh. So it don't take us too long to get those songs knocked out. Okay. Yeah. All right, the writing process, though, boy, that's a whole different story now. Yeah, man, the writing process, real spiritual. Hours and hours on end, man, of just meditation and, me just listening. Like I said, me really kind of sitting back and really trying to, a lot of deep thinking and but like I said, I'm just praying, man, as I'm writing and, just asking God to give me the words, man, that can really, touch his people, man. So, I don't stop, man. I do that for like hours and hours until, until I get done. Like I won't sleep, I won't eat, I won't stray away from, writing, bro. Just as long as I got battery on my phone, you know what I'm saying? And I can keep my phone because I'm writing on, on my notepad on my phone while I'm listening to music. And, you know what I'm saying? Thank God for technology, you know what I'm saying? So I'm doing all that, man, and just trying to really, close my eyes and get away, man, and just, paint pictures, man, with these words.
That's cool, man. That's cool. So let me ask you this. Is there any producers that you would like to work with that you haven't already?
Oh man, so look, man, I'm like you, family. I love our city, so it's like it's some talent in our city that it's a lot of great producers out there, Justice League or Ninth Wonder. That I would love to, potentially work with them one day. But I would love to work with like Chino Dollars, man, and your boy Chino, he's real nice, and then also, That's
what we here for.
Yeah, bro, because my boy Stan is a great friend of mine. I've been seeing what him and Chino been doing, going crazy.
Chino, shout out to my dog Chino. That's Chino on the intro.
Yeah, man, he's real nice, man. I'm definitely trying to work with him and Brass Fingers and there was
I heard of Brass Fingers.
Yeah, he's nice. There was another producer out here that I was trying to work with. It was real nice. I can't even seem to think of what his name is right now. Oh, well, I Load Me Up IV. Obviously, Take Keith. You know what I'm saying? That would be, fire. And I know those. Yeah, shout out to the homies. They doing big things. But I mean, really, I'm open and I would love to just work with, more passionate, I'm saying? I'm always looking to work with more, producers and everything. And I actually got something special going on right now, man, where I'm working on a little EP with Black Metaphor. It's gonna be all exclusives, like all Black Metaphor on this one. And I actually already locked in the 4. I'm not sure if you're familiar with 4 Eyes. He used to be signed to DTP, you know what I'm saying, and Rapper Ludacris. I actually got that feature already for this project secured, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna go to the A to record this project, man. I'm gonna capture it on footage. Get my camera guy to go. Gonna see me in black in there cooking. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's coming up, man. That's gonna be in the next, next few months. You know what I'm saying? I'm still in the early stages of that. I'm going through, kind of looking through his comp. He sent me a bunch of folders of compositions. Boy, you got some heat. And I'm just kind of going through those right now, trying to choose the ones I want to use, man.
Hey, listen, we getting exclusives, man.
Yeah, bro. Oh, bro. Come on, you getting all this.
A Black Metaphor EP.
Come on, bro. If I'm not even I'm not even gonna play with y'all. As soon as, like I said, when I might even shoot y'all before it's even mix and master, just to let you get a little ear candy. You feel me? Like, we gonna do it like that, cause this the love that y'all giving me, man.
That's what I do.
Yeah, man.
That's what I do.
It's all love.
I got a Dropbox full of records and songs before they release.
Man, I'ma look, bro. If I'ma leak it to somebody, man, I'ma leak it right here, man, for the culture, bro.
I'm that type of
culture
guy.
forward. You know how we doing, man.
I done had some. I ain't gonna lie. I done had some bigger records sent to my phone too before they would drop.
I'm sure,
bro.
Bro.
But yeah, first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna play this game called Dream Team.
Okay.
So you're a record executive.
Mm-hmm.
You got an unlimited budget.
Okay.
You making one single. So I want you to tell me one rapper, one singer, and one producer that you gonna get to make this record. Tell me who is your dream team.
Okay. So producer. Okay, let me see, man. You know what, bro? I'm gonna stay with Black Metaphor on this one. I feel like we can create some magic with, and for my dream team, as far as the one rapper, I'm gonna have to go J. Cole with it. I'm gonna have to go J. Cole. I was gonna say Kendrick, but I connect more with J. Cole just on some, like, we both biracial, you know what I'm saying? If, like, but we got a lot, like, close, like, inner, you know what I'm saying? Like, a lot in common, man. Plus the style is crazy, like, a big fan of his. So J. Cole would be the rapper. The singer, bro, I might see. So I'm not sure what you know exactly as far as, like, what kind of singers? Cause I might slip in and say Roddy Ricch, cause he can see, he do that singing rap and stuff. So, but I know you probably might be referring to R&B, and if you are, I would say probably J. Cole, and then who would I want on the singing? I'd probably say like Sampha or something like that. I'm not sure if you're familiar with Sampha, man, but yeah, he's real nice, man. If I'm not mistaken, I think he's from the UK. Yeah, he's bro's real nice, bro. He's a big deal. And then so produced by Black Metaphor, man. Maybe have a little Sampha on there, and then with J. Cole on there, bro. That'd be nuts. That'd be something that would really touch the world, man. Shake it up, especially depending on where we took it as topic wise.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna play another game real quick.
Oh yeah, man.
Another game.
I'm with that.
Alright, this one right here is called Joyride.
Okay.
So you get to pick basically any vehicle, any car, regardless of money. You know what I mean? Regardless of money, regardless of finances. Not even a.
I need a Marauder. I think it's called a Marauder. Marauder. I think it's Mirader. I think it's how you spell it. But it's like, bro, it's like military grade. You know what I'm saying? It's like a SUV. It's almost like it's like a cross between a tank and an SUV. You know what I'm saying? Like a big boy. Like I think its seat about 8, maybe 10. You can get it bulletproof. You know what I'm saying? Got the, going to snow and all, super off-road, on-road.
All terrain.
Yeah, all terrain. It's crazy, real crazy junk right there. I've seen those, never in real life, but seen a picture of those. Like I seen my first picture of that probably like 2 or 3 years ago, and I told myself like one day, man, I'm gonna go ahead and get me one of these junks, all black. You know what I'm saying? Real crazy. But yeah, that probably be it, man. I'm not, Bugatti or Bentley, like, oh, that's cool, but nah, this right here, man, this is something like if the world is headed to an apocalyptic time, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna have a car that can, you know what I'm saying, function, bro. You feel me? But nah, man, it's definitely like I said, a SUV tank kind of deal right there.
That makes a lot of sense, especially considering what's going on right
You
now.
feel me? So.
How you been, man? How you been holding up
Man,
now,
I've been
this whole quarantine.
Man,
crazy. You know what I mean?
keeping my spirits up, man. Staying focused, man. Really, I've been, getting back to looking at my, I think I've seen a lot of artists, in they've been creating a lot of new music, and I've been getting back to that here recently. But really, when the quarantine first started, I kind of just started going back and listening to all the music I put out, and I started really thinking, I'm like, man, I haven't really, I haven't taken time to really push my music, man. I need to start researching, like, the proper channels and see really, what it's gonna take to get my music, get more published write-ups, and how can I get my music on Spotify play? Like, how could I do those things? I've been self-managing myself, you know what I'm saying? And so yeah, man, I discovered a few different strategies and tactics and started implementing them, and I've been seeing results, man. I just been staying at it though. It takes a lot of hours and, like I said, blood, sweat, and tears, man. It's not easy, but I definitely been at it, trying to continue to push the music that I've already put out, man. And then here recently, decided I was going to start focusing on my next project, and that's where this Black Metaphor thing kind of came about. And yeah, man, just I'm excited, man. Just I'm blessed, but I'm not letting none of this chaos that's in the world affect my inner peace. You know what I'm saying? I'm staying focused, man. I'm knowing all this is a temporary storm. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna pass. You feel me? And it's just gonna everything happens for a reason. I think this was meant to a lot of people was this kind of pause on the world. I think the silver lining, a lot of people should see in it is kind of the ability to kind of focus dedicate some time to maybe a dream. Maybe you can get back to going after a dream or a talent, or maybe it's a business idea or something. I mean, taking advantage of this to grow. You feel me? I'm not gonna let this, tear me down. I'm gonna continue to grow. Definitely. And take advantage of it.
Definitely, 100%. I know, man. It's been so crazy because everybody kind of been locked in and doing different things. I've seen a lot of people, man, taking this time to just do a lot of goofy stuff, man, just goofing off, doing crazy, ridiculous social media. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I've been seeing that.
Yeah, you know what I mean. I just been seeing all type of stuff. I said, man, these folks crazy, man. People come up with the funniest, the wildest of things, and when they're bored and go out the way not to be productive.
Right. Nah, yeah, I see a lot of people that fight. I mean, I myself, I was guilty for years. I felt like I was running from my calling, running from my dream. You know what I'm saying, and kind of looking for things to keep me, entertained or distracted. You know what I'm saying? I mean, yeah. I feel like there's always a deeper underlying reason why people don't go after it and get what they really deserve. You know what I'm saying? Or get what they, go after their dreams. I think it's always like some people are afraid to be successful. You know what I'm saying? Some people are really, they afraid of what that success will bring and afraid of the change that comes with success. Because when you go from having nothing.
And everybody, too, I realize everybody got a different idea.
That's true.
Success.
That's true too.
Everybody have a different idea of success because what one considers success, one might not.
Right.
The next person might feel totally separate.
Nah, agreed.
So tell me about, actually, man, I know one of the very first times, well, actually it was two of our events and two of our situations, one being the Loud and Clear Cypher. That was one of the first times I ever encountered you in person.
Shout out to Bars, man.
Man, that was crazy.
Lady Montava, man, that was crazy.
Man, that was crazy. We're gonna bring the Loud and Clear Cypher back too. We've been having a lot of people ask about that. We
that was
actually
dope.
had Hard Liquor on the show. And he definitely, man.
Shout out to Hard Liquor, man.
We gotta bring that Loud and Clear Cypher back, man.
Nice.
We had one in the stash too, man. We had the Lost Files, man. We were trying to track down the Lost Files. We had one with Hambino Godbody.
Oh wow.
We had Bars Major on that one.
Oh wow.
It was crazy. We had Trap, Mr. 2Ps, man. Shout out to 2Ps, man.
Okay.
DMG. We had, man, it was crazy, man. But anyway. That and the 200-man stand.
Yeah, man, that was a blessing, bro. That was see, shout out to y'all, man. Y'all was showing me love like real early in my stage of getting out here and performing, bro, in front of the public. And that was, again, this is when I was in an era where I was I was pretty much out here just performing spoken word and poetry. I wasn't even out here. I was creating raps. I even had an album out. My first album was out at this time, but I wasn't, actively performing my music. I would instead perform the poetry, the spoken word, because that's what I was more comfortable with out the gate. Cause as I mentioned, when I was locked up, that was what I was doing. I was used to. I got real comfortable performing in front of audiences, with the spoken word stuff. But to perform the music, I realized I had to get to conditioning. I had to make sure, get my breathing right. If I really wanted to execute at the level that I felt my music, was worthy of. So, that it's a blessing, bro, to have worked with y'all, bro. Y'all gave me, y'all been nothing but supportive since day one, bro. So, much love. Shout out to y'all, bro. Real talk.
Shout out to my dog, CMR. CMR is the one who CMR is actually the one who brought your name up to the rest of us. So I said, yeah, man.
CMR, bro, that's the homie, bro. These guys right here, man, they doing major things for the culture in the city. I mean, if you actively perform, if you an artist that's active in the city, I mean, these cats, man, they out here moving. And like I said, bro, we need what y'all doing, bro, is much needed in the community. I mean, without y'all, there's no hip hop community. Y'all are like the glue to this. So y'all, y'all keep doing what y'all doing, bro. And it's only gonna continue to grow.
Man, but you know what? And this the thing, man. Speaking of which, kind of like I want to kind of talk to you about like the Nashville scene and kind of in general how it's changed, kind of how it's grown.
Right.
It's like the one thing I can say honestly, over the last 2 or 3 years, I've seen a drastic change just overall. Like, just man, it's an abundance of talent, man.
It's crazy.
Like, artists.
I'll put our city up against any city, bro. Like, any city.
And I'm talking about we got people in all genres, man. Like, shout out to Lido, shout out to Star Lido. We got a chance to help put together the Hot Chicken Music Festival at the Basement East a couple of years ago.
Oh yeah.
And we had a little bit of everything that night in that time. At that show, we had a little bit of everything. We had country, we had some rock, we had some pop, we had some rap. Man, we had a little bit of everything, man. We had some live bands, like it was crazy. So just, Nashville itself being kind of like a melting pot for music anyway. And that's kind of like, what I want this platform to kind of be about, highlighting Nashville culture outside of what kind of the popular or what the norm would be. You know what I mean? It's more than country music. This is more than Broadway.
Right.
It's more than Hot Chicken.
Exactly, bro. Exactly.
We got a lot more to offer down here.
We got a whole community, bro, of creatives, bro. Like in addition to the rappers. I think I was talking to you this before we started the interview. As far as like just the comedians, man, and the actors, bro, and just the overall talent, man, that's in the city is crazy. We're so much more than country music, bro. And if you think for 1 second that Nashville's just country music, bro, you making a big, you sleeping for real. You sleeping. And you gonna have a rude awakening real soon, cause our city making moves, bro.
Yeah,
we're going crazy.
Nashville pop up in a lot of different ways.
We're going crazy, bro.
I feel like in a lot of different ways, the industry kind of be peeking its head in on Nashville, checking out what's going on. And I see a lot of major industry people moving around in Nashville a lot of times too. They don't necessarily be promoting it and pushing it like they usually would.
Right.
Anything else. But if you just know what's going on, you'll be hearing such and such be in the city, such and such in the city. Okay.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're saying.
Right, working on projects, looking at property, working on business, all type of stuff.
Man, I can't wait to get back to looking at properties myself. That's another side of me, man. I don't actively promote alongside me, my art, my artistry. I kind of keep them separate, but even though they really, man, shout out to Nipsey, rest in peace Nipsey, even though he taught me that you can intertangle the two. But, I wholesale real estate, man. I've been doing that since, man, probably a year and a half. I got my LLC, my company, Dollars for Doors LLC.
Okay, that's cool, man. And that actually brings me to a point I was gonna ask you, man. I was gonna ask, like, what's something that you like do outside of music, or what's something that you, you could see yourself doing outside of music that you could be successful at. So that's actually funny that you said that, and that's cool, man.
That's how, hey, look, man, chemistry, that's how the synergy work, bro. When we vibing, bro, we really, it's organic, bro, just flow like that. We ain't got to force nothing, man. It's no script, no nothing. We just in here, man. We just in here catching the vibe, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, as far as that's concerned, man, what I'm doing outside of music, bro, it's just my family, obviously, I could, but as far as careers go, it would be real estate, man. I enjoy, wholesaling properties. What I was particularly doing would be helping people that, were going through situations where they, they couldn't, they didn't have other solutions as far as like they couldn't save their house. They were facing foreclosure, and maybe, they didn't have many options, So what I would do is simply present to them an option, to purchase their property. Because I have my business partner, he actually, was the pocket behind purchasing the properties, and I would simply just negotiate a price that would work for the, homeowner, and work with the my business partner, man, and we work out, we get under contract and get it done, and I get what's called a assignment fee. If y'all catching game, hopefully you taking notes, man. But you get an assignment fee when you wholesale a property, and yeah, man, I did well, man. And until the tornado came, I didn't want to, I kind of put my business on hold, and wanted to do more helping, and kind of, I didn't want to go out and try to, nothing about what I do is predatory, so I wasn't gonna be that guy to calling people that was going through things and say, hey, I know you just took a hit, but are you trying to sell your house? I'm not, I wasn't there finna be that cat, you feel me? So I kind of stepped back, man, and start focusing on the music, man, and I wanted to. I thought, like, what are ways that I can help, people that are in my community that's going through things. In addition to, volunteering where I could, I was like, man, I could get back to creating music, to inspire, my people. So, I'm hoping that, people, my community, they'll be, receptive, man, to the music I'm making, and know, bro, like, I hope they hearing me. And when I say this, I made it for them. You know what I'm saying? I made it for our people, man, to be, to encourage our people to keep their head up, man, and to, know that, brighter days are coming. You know what I'm saying? For our city, man, it's Nashville strong all day. You feel me? We definitely finna rise again. You know what I mean? This tornado hit, then the COVID hit, and we seem like we can't, we can't get out the mud, but we about to turn up, man, real soon. Our city, man, we gonna bounce back like crazy, bro.
Okay, cool. Well, actually, man, that's, you was talking about inspiring and motivating. Now, actually, it brings me to another point. I want to ask you, not only as an artist, but just, as a man and artist as well, what continues to inspire and motivate you?
Oh, man, my daughters, man. I got 3 little girls, man. My wife, man, she's so loving and caring and beautiful, and my daughters, man, they're so beautiful, and I just look at them, I look at my family, and I'm just inspired. And then my mom, my brothers and sisters, I think about what I experienced growing up and the poverty that I saw up close, and I don't want my children to have to. I want to leave a legacy of generational wealth, for them, but then also, in doing so, I also want to set an example for others, you know what I'm saying, to know that regardless of your upbringing or where you come from or your background or your religion or whatever it may be, you know what I'm saying, whatever circumstances it may be, you can rise and you can succeed, you can accomplish, anything you put your mind to. So I want my life to, be an example of that. So I think what inspires me is knowing that I have the ability to inspire others with what I do with my music, you know what I'm saying? That inspires me, knowing that I could, create a song that might touch somebody, like you said, how that Napoleon Hill, touched you, but that meant everything to me, because that's why I create the music, man. I created hoping, bro, that something I say, my story, one of my stories might resonate, with someone, that inspires me, knowing that could potentially, happen when I create this music. So yeah, that's what inspires me.
Okay. I want to switch it up for a second.
Talk to me.
I'm playing another game.
Okay.
All right, well, let me ask you this. Being being an independent artist, how you feel about major record labels? Underrated, overrated? How you feel about that?
So I feel like that they're overrated in the sense that you think like a lot of artists go like feel like they had like you're not successful. Some base their success solely off of the record deal offers and things like that. Like the moment they get an offer from a record deal, they feel like they made it. You know what I mean? I feel like that. In that sense, they're overrated. Like thinking that you need to have a record deal or work with a record label to make it. However, I think they're underrated in the sense of distribution deals, like the value that they can offer to independent artists in the right space. Like if you me personally, I'm not signing everything over. I'm not signing on my masters over. I'm not doing none of that ever. What I would be looking to do if I was to ever sign a deal would be getting some type of distribution situation. Because they can definitely, record labels you don't sleep on the fact that they can definitely put your music in the, and they have the budgets, to help, put your music out there to the right platforms. However, I wouldn't dare think that, as an independent artist, don't tell yourself for 1 minute you have to have, a record deal to be successful. Because there's plenty of my favorite artists, man. Shout out to Toby Nwigwe. He's super dope, independent artist, out here getting it. And literally, I've watched him build his brand from, his first tour, man, to where he is now. And it's only, been, a span of a couple years, and to see the success that one can get when you focus, an independent artist focus, you treating your craft very professionally, you ain't slacking, going all in, like, stay independent, man. That's where you get the coins, So yeah, it's overrated and in some areas, but in some instances it's underrated.
That's cool, man. That's cool. So let me ask you this real quick. So you mentioned, I want to take a real quick break, real quick.
Okay.
So you mentioned Toby. So tell me about that, because I seen you did you at the show.
Yeah, his first performance.
Okay.
Going into that,
came through. Was it the Mercy Lounge?
It was. Shout out to Delisha, man. 2 Hours on the Cloud, man. She brought Toby through to the Mercy Lounge, man. It was a little bit over a year ago, man. And that was an unforgettable experience, man. I had just found out about Toby probably 2 weeks prior to him announcing he was going on tour. Excuse me. He was going on tour. And as soon as I found out about, because as soon as I listened to bruh's music, the first time I heard actually heard a song, I was like, yeah, bruh, like his content, man, very similar to mine. Like I instantly felt connected, because he didn't use profanity, he didn't say the N-word, he didn't feel it was necessary to do all that in his music. And I don't feel it's necessary to do that in my music either. So there was so many similarities to what him and I, as far as substance-wise was. I was just drawn to his music. So I was instantly a fan. And like I said, 2 weeks later, he announced that he was going on tour, and I saw Nashville was one of the stops. Saw Delisha, and it was 2 Hours on the Cloud was bringing them down. I was like, you know what, man, I'm gonna go ahead and cop my tickets. I seen that there was a meet and greet option. I was like, no way, I have a chance. I was like, if I could meet him, I'm gonna spit for him. Like the hunger in me, I'm like, I'm hungry. Like I feel like if I had the chance to spit for him, at least let him know that I'm out here in the world creating, I exist. You feel me? Like get on his radar. You feel me? Just it might open the door for some future opportunities for us to collaborate or something. You feel me? So I was just hungry. So I copped the ticket and I told myself instantly I was gonna go rap for him. I told my homies just so they hold me accountable. I was like, man, I'm gonna go rap for this. I'm saying? I'm gonna rap for Toby, bro. Like I don't care. I don't know if people still out here doing that kind of stuff. I know at one point in time that was a thing. Walking up to rappers and rapping. But I didn't know if we were still in the era where people were doing that. But I didn't care. I was hungry, so I just went, man. I stood in line. It was like I get there early, thinking, I'm not really sure how many people gonna be at the VIP or whatever, or the meet and greet, and come to find out, man, it was sold out. 300 people's there, what I'm saying? And I ended up letting everybody get in front of me. I wait to the very end. I'm letting everybody. One after people coming late, I'm letting everybody in. Everybody's like asking me, like, you sure? Like confused why I'm letting them skip me. They're not knowing, no one really knowing what I'm about to do. You know what I'm saying? My wife, she was there with me. She knew what I was finna do. She's actually starting to get a little bit impatient and but I'm like, nah, like trust, like I'm gonna do this, And there was a lady that was kind of managing the little meet and greet line that was working for Toby, and she was like, no picture or no videos, what I'm saying, just pictures, whoop de whoop. So I was like, man, I'm gonna get the rap for him, and I might not even be able to capture the moment, but whatever, I don't even care. Like as long as I get this opportunity, even if only him and I know it happened, so be it. At least he'll know, you feel me? And I'll know. So I waited in line, bruh. to be the very last. I was so excited and overwhelmed with emotion when I got to meet him that I was trying to explain to him what I just did. I was in mid-sentence, like trying to, hey man, I just waited in line, like let 300 people get in front. I was trying to explain what I just did, and I couldn't even get it out. I was so excited, I just started rapping. I just instantly, I'm like, bro, I'm finna go against the grain. I just start spitting, bro. And as I'm rapping, I'm in my head, bro. I'm like, ain't no way I'm finna, like, I'm not even thinking about messing up, bro. I'm just bars. I just see the lines in my head coming. I'm looking at him and his producer. Shout out to Linnell Grant, bro, one of the most fire female producers in the game. I saw the reactions on their face. They were really like embracing. They was really like feeling it. Like it wasn't like they was just faking it. I could feel it, and like I was like, oh, okay, they really like this. So I'm going. So every bar, I'm like, I try to get through my 16. Every bar, I'm just and at the end, he embraced me. He was like, bro, he was like, what really got me, man, and this moved me so much, because up to this point in my life, I don't think I had ever heard somebody say this to me like in this way. But he was like, I felt it in my spirit. I felt that, like, in my spirit, like, he's real spiritual. This is somebody who's a real spiritual person. Like, when him saying this, I knew it wasn't just like trying to, fluff to make me feel good and nothing. Like, he was like, nah, bro, I felt it in my spirit. Like, bro, that was fire, fam, like fire. And as soon as he told me to, as soon as he gave me that embrace, man, the happy tears started flowing, bro, and it was over with, bro. I was just, overwhelmed with joy. And like I said, a couple days later, he's posting a little highlights about Nashville or whatever, and I didn't see him mention anything about our experience. So I was like, man, maybe I didn't really, kill it like I thought I did. I thought I killed it. He really he embraced me when I was there, and said I was, but maybe it wasn't, all that or whatever. But anyways, a couple days after that, I'm driving, bro. My homie called me, and he's like, bro, like, Toby just posted, like, the video with you rapping for him, bro, and he captioned the words. Like, he captioned it, bro. Like, I was like, yo, right, because all Toby's videos, shout out to Toby, man, in his video guy, all of his videos are captioned. That's his thing. He captions everything so that he can connect with the deaf tribes out there. You feel me? And that's respect. That's why all my videos, except for one video that's Napoleon Hill, all my videos are captioned. You know what I'm saying? Prior to this last video I did, or whatever, because of, shout out to Toby, because of connecting with the deaf tribe. I mean, there's a whole group of people out in the world that, might not be able to hear music, but so, I got to think of them and put the captions. So anyways, he put the captions on the video, and I watched it, bro. Shed happy tears again. Blew me away to see, him taking effort, because I didn't send him my lyrics. You feel me? He went back and listened to that video over and over till he got every lyric I said exactly right. Like, he didn't mess up no lyrics, bro, of my lyrics that I spit. He said it exactly how I said it and all that, bro. Anyways, it went viral, bro. Like, went crazy, like crazy. I got thousands and thousands of followers, like, overnight. You know what I'm saying? Once it came out, bro, and I was just so blessed from that whole experience, bro. It inspired me on a whole nother level, bro. Like, I could talk about that all day, man, and just how much it inspires me, bro. So yeah, shout out to Toby for that love, that genuine love. Shout out to Toby and Linnell.
That's cool. See, that's a part of Nashville history.
Man, bro, that's
Nashville history.
His first tour. That's Toby's first. That was Toby's first tour, and it was sold out in Nashville. I mean, first ever. And wait till you see what Toby does. Wait till I see where he goes, and then wait till you see what I do in that moment, y'all. Man, that was like my brother just said. That was real history, bro.
Yeah, that's Nashville history. That's forever cemented in Nashville history.
I'll never forget that, man. Shout out to Delisha. 2 L's on the cloud, man, for setting that up.
Okay, before we get out of here, man, I want to go ahead and wrap up. So, this has been the Culture Forward.
Oh, man, this is your boy K.I.N.G MC, man. It's been a privilege, man, to come in here, man, and spend some time with y'all, man. I appreciate you getting to know me a little bit more today, bro.
Hey, fam, we appreciate you coming out today. You know what I mean? We had a good experience, man. It's been cool building with you, getting to know you a little more.
I appreciate you, man.
Especially as an artist, man.
Thank
Tapping in with you, see what you got going, what you've been working on. So we, once again, tell everybody where they can get that project at. So, yeah, that project, man, it's streaming everywhere, man, on every platform. Anywhere you stream music, all you got to do is simply type in K.I.N.G, King, the MC, like the letters MC. And yeah, man, you'll find that anywhere, bro. On YouTube. The bad and the ugly too. Yo, I got the good, the bad, the ugly 2, the good, the bad, the ugly 1. We got a bunch of visuals out. I got plenty of content, man, to feed your soul, man. If you know what I'm saying, if you're looking for real music, man, tap in with me. And that project, the EP coming. Oh yeah, that's gonna be in the next few. Black Metaphor. Yes, sir. Something to look forward to. We got that exclusive here today. We're gonna make sure we get that. That's definitely an exclusive. We got a Black Metaphor EP coming out Nashville, man. That's more history in the making.
Oh man, that's a blessing, man. I look forward to bringing that to the table for y'all, man. You know, like I told you, bro, I'm gonna give you that sneak preview way before the streets see it, bro.
Hey,
believe that.
Say this, we got that on record, man. We're gonna go ahead and close out on that note, man. Once again, fam, I appreciate you.
I appreciate you, man. Shout out to For Our Culture, man, and everything they doing for our culture, man. Let's get it. Yee.
Yeah, we out of here.